Hello everyone, and welcome to Szpakowo, a wonderful town in the sort of north, slightly east corner of Poland. Yes, this is Szpakowo. Now, anyone that has been following my series in Brazil has already seen somewhat of this already. This is the official first episode in the series called something like Tall Tales of Small Survival. Yes, we are here in Poland now, and this is going to be a slightly more in-depth version of what was in the Brazil series. But essentially, we are here now in Poland. We're currently visiting on a bit of a holiday in the middle of our Brazil series, and what we are doing here is we've come over to visit the Pawlak family, which some of you may well remember from way back in Farm Sim 19. We were over in Lubelska Dolina helping them as a sort of company trying to get them out of debt and save their farm. And they'd invited us over just to sort of catch up on old times and see how we're all doing and all that sort of stuff. So a bit of a holiday. And they'd mentioned someone they knew that lives out here in Szpakowo that previously owned this property. Their family was having some issues elsewhere in Poland. They were trying to commute back and forth to help them. I want to say it was like a big family farm, possibly a cooperative of some sort in their village, their town. I'm not 100% sure on the details and didn't press too much for it. But basically, they'd been commuting and trying to run their little farm here and go and help there, and it's not been working out really that well for them. So what they were trying to do was raise some cash to move over there and properly sort of set in and help out and do what they need to do to support their family. So our friends, the Pawlaks, they sort of did an interim purchase on this property so they could go off and do what they needed to, and they thought we might be quite interested in it. It's a fairly cheap little plot of land. You can have a quick look at it on the map here. We are down in plot 168, field 168. It's not the most valuable piece of land. We're still currently running in dollars. I need to change that to euros. But yeah, it's only like $71,000, so that's not too terribly bad. Let me just change that quick. Where is it? Currency. There we are. Euros. Lovely. Yes, so we are now in the correct currency. But yes, so yeah, what we've done is we've purchased this land, or we've decided we are purchasing this land. And as you can see, our money in the top right is only 1,624, which is essentially all the money I'm bringing over for this. Bank transfers have been made, and that has all been dealt with via sort of corporate funds, I guess. No, not corporate funds, personal funds. Other funds elsewhere, not what you see in the corner, essentially is what it is. So yeah, we are eventually in the not too distant future going to be over here trying to get this place up and working. So let's have a little bit of a mosey around and see what there is. We've got this house. It's a little bit run down. It's still perfectly functional. It's got windows and doors and stuff, and they all work properly. Now obviously there's a bit of clutter and stuff around here. I don't know how much of this was left over from the previous owners, or if some people had been just like dumping their garbage around here when they realised people weren't really here so much. But they had planted some potatoes just recently for their pigs. Now the pigs unfortunately had to be sold off, but their thing for those are still pens over there somewhere, I think. So yeah, but they do have bees, and the bees are up here. So if we run up to the end of this is just a little patch of grassland next to the field there, but we've got bees. Now previously, there was a little bit of honey there. Previously I think they had some more bees. I'm not sure if they were coming back or if they'd moved on or sold them or whatever. But what they were doing previously was a line of clover honey. And obviously this is potatoes at the moment, so at some point we're going to need to, or we're going to try to, either plough out this area, make it clover, or switch this out with clover for a bit. You know, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't make a bit of a difference. And I'm going to turn off that field info as well, if I can remember where it is in the options. It's around here somewhere. No, it's not. I think it's just this one, is it? Field info. Oh well, I'll find that later and turn it off. But yes, so what was I saying? Oh, clover, yes. Now, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't make a difference what is near the bees, but that's the storyline we're going with. So we've got a silage clamp there and a garage. A little bit more clutter we'll have to deal with. We'll have a look in the garage in a second. And oh, chicken coop, that was the thing. Now, these chickens are still here, but not here. It turns out that a chap up the road that runs a small sort of farming, not exactly farm supply, he just sort of sells slurry out the back of his cow shed, that sort of thing. He's got an empty chicken coop that he's just housing them in for the brief period while we were sort of transferring ownership and stuff. So we'll go and get those later on at some point, depending on how long he can hang on to them for. So I was going to come around here and look at this, because there's this old truck looking thing here. I'm not sure if we can fix that up. It doesn't look like we'll be able to, but you never know, maybe we've get some scrap value out of it. We'll have to see in the future. This barn looks like it's not in use at the moment, or it might be just collapsed on the inside or something, not too sure. But we do have a root crop cellar storage thing here, which is quite good. Now, I know that is empty, but that is there, so if we can find a way to get those potatoes off, then that will be a good place to store them. And in the back here we have... okay, that's why they're not using the barn for vehicle storage. They've got all this... I guess this is a silo. Okay, that would make sense then, with that truck parked out there. They were using this as a silo before, so I think we can boff... there we go. Yep, so that is actually a silo. Oh, that's perfect. And this was where the pigs were kept when they were here, so I think it's only a small pig pen, probably about 10 or so, but that will be something we'll look at getting running again. And I think this was where the manure came out and was... yeah, that's where they stored the manure. But yeah, so that's looking quite good, and we own the land all around here. Well, I say all around here, it's this like tiny little strip of land that's sort of as wide as yeah, it kind of runs in a slightly offset straight line kind of down through here, across the road here, and to the left of this path. I think it runs all the way down to the river, so it's a little bit more than you would think, but most of this is just like wood, a little bit of woodland. I don't really think there's any grass we could get from around here, but there's a pig pen obviously, and there's a river. Let's get back through these bushes. You know, we could at some point trim some of that back, maybe make it a bit more accessible and cut the grass or something, but yeah, we might just leave it as is. Oh, and there's this well. Okay, they've got a water collection point here. It looks like they tapped into this stream nearby, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, got that in there, and that leads to this sort of pump that keeps this well. Okay, well, that's cool. That's good to know. That must have been what they were using to get water for the pigs. Excellent. So yeah, what we're going to do is pop up here. Let's have a look in the shed, see what's going on. And yeah, I don't think there's anything in the chicken coop at all. It's just yeah, just an empty chicken coop. So we'll get the chickens back down here at some point before we leave, depending on what we're going to do with the food. We'll have to think about that. Might actually leave them up there for a bit if he's willing to hang on to them for us and feed them and stuff, or maybe throw him some cash or whatever. But yeah, so silage clamp. We've got this lean-to thing here with some... it's overgrown a bit. Looks like there's some rubbish in here as well. Yeah, probably some more up at the back here. Oh, hello. Well, that's interesting. We've got ourselves a tractor. It looks like it's in a sorry old state, though. We'll have to come back and have a look at that then. Once we can clear out some of this stuff. What we'll probably have to do is get a skip some sort of storage container or something around the back of the house maybe. Start lobbing things into it and get all this stuff moved out of the way, thrown away. Maybe we can reuse some of it. Don't know. Let's open the barn here. Have a look. Oh yeah, a bit more rubbish in there. Some of those bricks might be useful. Oh, looks like we've got a wheelbarrow. Okay. And a bit more rubbish and a scythe. Well, that might work for cutting back some of these bushes and maybe cutting a bit of grass. And I guess that's an old concrete block of some sort. Okay, so what we are going to need to do then is get in touch with a local service of some sort and get a skip sent up or something or other, see what we can find and get started taking some of this stuff away. Alrighty, some time has passed and we've done a bit of clearing here. As you can see, the garage there is nice and empty now. We've collected up all the wood. In fact, if I just leave that there for a second, we moved the bricks and whatnot out and we've just put them there for now. Someone may have a use for those, you never know. Found this lovely old bench in there, so I put that out in front of the house, and all the wood and other paraphernalia we kind of chopped up and rearranged and just popped here in case anyone needs some firewood. And then around the back here we got the skip with all the other unusable garbage in, so that sat there, which is lovely. And oh yes, now put the scythe here on the ground because we're going to use that in a second. But first things first, we are going to take the old wheelbarrow here with the shovel on it, because I found a shovel in there as well. Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, wasn't expecting that. As I was clearing away the stuff, it was sat there up against the wall. So yeah, so there we go, we've got ourselves a wheelbarrow and a shovel, should we need to scoop anything up and move it somewhere. But yeah, there's a little bit of a lump in the ground there, might have to take the shovel to that later, who knows. So yes, this is our scythe, and this is... ignore the engine needs to start thing. Yes, this is our mowing the grass vehicle. Oh yes. So yes, what I should say is while we're doing this, getting rid of these big bushes here, the sort of main aim of this is it's a bit of a survival thing. We're running on hard economy, small equipment, yeah, a bit of a survival. Some of it's going to be vintage, some of it's going to be modern. Just depends on the mood. Come on, get away with that bush. Yeah, and you know, we're just going to build up and see where it goes. Oh, there we go. Got that that one locked off. Now I need to try and get some of these out of the way. Lovely. See if we can get that big one. We're going to cut down. There we go. Just a matter of catching it on the right angle with this thing, because it's a bit of a mare to drive. But yes, so if we plonk that down there, I shall grab it and then just move it slightly. Let's grab it, there we go, pick it up out of the weeds, and we'll just pop it down here on the side of the thing so it's not in anyone's way. If I dunk it there, okay, that's not quite what I was expecting, but okay. I was hoping it would lean up against it, but well. We'll just plonk it there in the weeds next to the thing, so it's out of the way. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, small-scale farming, survival-ish, hard economy. You know, we're just going to see where it goes, have some fun here in Szpakowo. No hard and fast rules. There may be a bit of renting here and there, a bit of role play, a bit of story, that sort of thing. we'll just see where it goes and what happens, and if we can actually get this thing. Oh yeah, I suppose the main aim is to get the farm back up and running, get some pigs breeding down in there, maybe get a couple more small fields. I think there's one just over the way there, possibly one next to it as well, the one that our caravan's currently parked in. Might see if we can purchase those, you know, we'll see what happens. But yes, in terms of seeing about things, let's have a look at this tractor. Now this is quite an old tractor, so this one obviously comes with the land, I'm assuming, since it's still here. It looked like all their other machinery had been sold on, so this might be an old derelict relic of sorts. So let's have a look. So it's saying there we need to fill the engine with oil. Yep, and it looks like it's got no fuel in it either, so I think what we are going to have to do is head on down to the shop and look at purchasing some grease, some of the lubricating engine bearing joint nipple, whatever kind of grease it is that you put in tractors. We'll get some of that, and some oil and some diesel as well. So let's head off to the shops and see what fun we can get into up there. Okay, try not to drive on the path too much. This is a strange perspective in this van. It seems wider than it is. Or it feels wider than it is. But nonetheless, we made it to the store in one piece. That is good. So I think we're going to open that right hand door, because that actually is the door. So it will make sense to open it. You know, we can't open something that's not a door unless it's like a window. But yeah, so let's open that. There we go. And let's pop in here and see what we can find to purchase. Greetings, friend. We would like some of your most fantastic tractor grease, please. Thank you, kind sir. Okay, so we have made some purchases, and we have sat out here. Oh, that's fallen over. That's awkward. We have a 20-litre can here of diesel. So we are going to. No, we don't need to want. We don't want to refuel that. We'll put. Oh, actually, no. Let's just pop it all in the footwell. That should be fine. So we got that, and we've got two 20-litre cans or jugs of deluxe grade Motorex tractor oil, something like that. I don't think they've got any of the signage up here at the moment, but yeah, we'll explain that as we drive back. And if I pop that in there carefully. I don't know how much oil the tractor's going to take, so I didn't want to shortchange us there and get stuck in the middle of like an oil change with not enough oil. And this is our grease. So let's pop all that in there, strap it down, and hop in and get started. And close the door. Yes. So these are all parts of some really interesting PC mods. There's a Motorex oil mod and lubricating grease. I think it's called SKF Lincoln grease. And there's also an additional damage or maintenance type mod. I can't for the life of me remember the name of it now, but it's like additional maintenance and damage requirements. So we shall be taking that tractor, if we can get it started, up to the shop, and they will be performing an inspection on it for us, which will take some time. And then we're going to have to worry about repairs. Oh, get out of the way. I want to turn in here, you muppet. I didn't have my signal on, that must be why. But yeah, so yeah, my thought was we'd try something a little bit different with this. Since it is small scale, why not try something with extra damage mechanics and tractor maintenance and things. This applies to most of the vehicles, or when you purchase things you can say yay or nay to things like grease and oil and that. So let's pop this up on here for a second, hop into the tractor and see if we can fill it up with grease. Oh, there we go, it's filling up down at the bottom there. Now it's going to take 1,000 grams, 1 kilogram of grease. This is a greasy little tractor. Bearing grease, yes. General purpose. Now, there's quite a lot going on in that mod, if I'm honest. I'm not sure 100% what it all is. We'll pop this over here out of the way for now. I mean, I should pop it in the actual garage probably, but we'll just drop it down there on the floor. What's next? Yeah, let's take the oil with us, and we'll pop that here. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, there's a bunch of different options with the grease mod, where you can actually add a sort of grease container into the vehicles themselves, and then you have to move it around and position it and stuff. It's very interesting, but I didn't want to go quite that far with it. I figured we'd just get just the basics and go like this. So we're going to leave this back here for just a second, and let's get that oil loaded. Okay, we are changing the oil. It should use at least one of those, and there we go. Okay, engine is fully oiled up. We've completed an oil change, and we've got a few litres of oil left, so that will bung over here as well. We'll just dunk that down there out of the way, and let's get the diesel in there. Now again, you see that pop up at the bottom, refuel. We've got the external fuel, I forget the name of it again, I'll have to check. But basically we can refuel from outside the tractor now, which is really cool, and we've used all of that, so yes. Okay then, right, well, let's see what's going on, see if we can get this jobby started. If I can get back, climb onto it, there we go. And let's see what's going to happen. Well, it stopped. It almost fired. As you can see, it's got a lot of wear and damage and stuff on it. Let's back it out into the sun, see what's going on. Look over our shoulder there. Okay. Yes, and that is smoking like an absolute trooper, that. Yeah, that engine's going to need a lot of work done on it by the look of it. Definitely going to need a bit of paint and a good clean off as well. Maybe the shop can do that for us. If not, we might have to look at getting a garden hose installed, or some sort of bucket and sponge affair, or who knows what. But yeah, so, well, it's running. Let's see if we can get it down to the shop. That's the next challenge. Okay, so yeah, it's got on the right there you can see we've got 468 hours left until oil change is needed. I don't know if that's game hours or actual real hours, or quite how it figures that out, but we shall see. As we progress on this series, we'll no doubt find out lots more exciting things about all these fancy mods that I've got installed. And there are quite a lot of them. What I'll try and do is link the grease and damage mods and everything in the description on the video, so that everyone can see what they are. And, oh, speaking of, the actual canisters, the jugs, plastic jugs of oil. Excuse me, there's an alarm going off behind me. Yeah, oh dear, it's cut out. Yeah, the actual plastic jugs of grease that, or not oil, not grease, the oil, the Motorex oil in those plastic jugs, those are actually a custom mod that I'd edited myself. I edited it together from one of the fuel canister mods, just changed the capacity, and okay, it shut off again. Well, in that case, let's see if we can do the inspection from here. If I can remember what the buttons are. Oh, it's this one. Okay. There we go. So it has a 1 damage at the moment that it's aware of. And if we... let's see, maintenance on that will last until 8 o'clock tonight. And will cost 271 currency units. Or we can do an inspection. Well, let's give it an inspect. See how badly damaged this thing is. Start inspection. During the inspection, the vehicle will be checked for hidden damages. However, this takes 1 hour and would therefore be completed. Yeah, that's fine. Let that go. So we'll leave the tractor here. They will do their tests and inspections and stuff. And we're going to head back down to the... No, actually, before we do that, we just need to pop in and let them know that it's sitting there. Hello, friend. Yes, our tractor is sitting there ready to be inspected. Thank you. But yes, something else we were going to do, which, you know, I totally ruined the transition on that, but yeah, whatever. So yes, as it turns out, we've learnt from that lovely chap in the shop just then when we went in there to speak to him that our friend MrSealyP is in town, and he's starting up a business himself in this area, just up the way there somewhere. He's bought a farm up in that direction, and he's got a little bit of land over there that he's making into a farm supply, sort of traders supply type area, with greenhouses and seed productions and all sales and all that sort of stuff. And this is his van. He purchased this Lizard, whatever it's called, as a used one. He traded his new one in and bought this on the cheap and made a bit of profit in the meantime. So yeah, what we are going to do, one of the reasons we're over here, is there's a party going on that our friend Alexander from Pavlak family, he knows about a bit of a do that's happening up in this area. So we are going to invite MrSealyP over to it in a very mysterious type fashion. We are going to leave a lovely note right here. We are going to pop it on his windscreen, and hopefully we will see him later on, because he doesn't know we're here. So he's going to find this random note pinned on his, or under his wiper blade, or, you know, whatever, and he's going to be very surprised by that. Yes. So now we are done with that. We've got the tractor that's waiting for a service. Not service, an inspection. We'll have to come and deal with that later on. I think what we are going to do is... oh, notice boards. Yes. I have to learn some Polish so we can see what's going on. Is someone honking at me? What? You... I'm on the other side of the road, on the path. What more do you want from me? Am I that fat that you're stopping to, you know... Crikey, do I need to go on a diet or something? Well, I mean, I do, but, you know, that's not the point. Let's get up here out of the way. Now will you go past? There we go. Oh dear. Yeah, so let's close this up here. I think we've done pretty much all we're going to do today. And we're going to go... oh, I forgot to shut the door on that. Let's hop in quick and... Or we could drive over and park it up by the caravan so people don't think that's just some random caravan that's being dumped over there. We do have permission, but you never know how people can be sometimes. Get rid of that as well, don't need that anymore. So yeah, let's head on down here. Park up next to this. Yeah, I'm not going to do everything in first-person view on this series. I might try some more than usual, but yeah. Okay, and oh yeah, we do have manual attach installed, so we just need to hook up all that stuff. So in case you hadn't guessed by now, I am playing on PC. So yeah, we're going to pop in here, have a bit of a rest, a spot of tea, a bit of a snack, a cuppa, you know, or get our head stuck in the ceiling, you know, whatever works. So yeah, I shall see you a bit later on when we head out and catch up with MrSealyP. Okay, the evening is drawing in. It's 8 o'clock. We are going to head up here and get things started with the old preparations for our night's entertainment. Let that car go by. He's probably a bit concerned that someone's out walking this late at night. But yeah, it's an interesting area, this. Yeah, this is actually a real place in Poland, if anyone was unsure. It is in the sort of northeast region up towards Belarus and Lithuania. So yeah, you know, it's a real place. It's modelled accurately on that, and that's very cool indeed. So yeah, we are going to head up here. Our friends are waiting for us in the last house on the end, and we are going to get ready for some fun times indeed. We're a little bit early, but we're going to help with the setup. Yeah, don't turn it off too early. Oh, my head. God dear. Oh, hello, Mr. Toilet. What am I doing? I'm on the floor. Okay. Oh, I'm getting too old for that. I have not been out on a bender like that in a long time. Yes, let's stumble our way out of the caravan there. I don't think we're going to be driving that for a little while this morning. I need to go find somewhere to get a nice greasy fried breakfast and a good solid cup of tea or something to shake this off. But yeah, we had a fantastic time. We caught up with MrSealyP. It's been a while since we've seen him. Yeah, the last time we actually helped him out back in the FS19 days when we were in Lubelska Dolina. He was in Rasvet, I think it was, just across the border there, and in Ukraine, I think it is. And yeah, we were helping him with some logistics and transport and stuff. And yeah, so we had a fantastic time with him. Got some of the old wobble pops, as it were, in us, and had a good old time into the wee hours of the morning. I think he legged it at about 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And we stayed around a bit longer, but we had to get up early. At least this nice brisk walk in the cool morning air is helping sober us up a little bit, so that's all good. But oh, stop honking! I'm not in the road. God, dear, these people. I know I'm foreign, but it's okay. Oh dear. Oh yeah, we're going to have a look at this, aren't we? Let's come up here and have a look at this message board. See if we can't decipher what's going on here. And after a little bit of rabid clicking on my phone, let's see what we can see here. With the help of Google Lens Translate thingy, it appears we have, on the top left, a mole plague. Help, we have a mole problem in the whole village. They're digging in the garden and ruining the flowers. Not to mention those mounds. Stop honking. Help us with the moles and we will reward you. The Rural Housewives Circle. Interesting. Maybe there's something we can look into doing. What else have we got here? Hello reader, I'm doing an action. I walked around the map and placed tokens of my logo. If you collect them, let me know. In return, you will receive an interesting prize. Good luck. I wonder if that's Jankus, the creator, or one of the creators of the map. Interesting. Things to be on the lookout for, it seems. And what's this one on the right here? Bugged coupons. Hello, there was a lottery jackpot in Rykus recently, and I bought 10 coupons. I remember that in one of them I got 61. Unfortunately, I had all of them in my pocket while I was riding my bike, and because of this nasty wind, I lost them all. Oh, that's gotta suck. I was riding along the road from the crossroads from the Szpakowo collection point, and I realised it when I was already behind the seniors' home. I hope you will be honest and give me my coupons back. Anticipated prize. Or prize winner, perhaps. So there's lottery tickets floating around. That is indeed very interesting. And the last one here says, ho ho ho, my dears, during the winter holidays you can find gifts that I've hidden for you all over the area. I hope that what I've prepared will be useful to you. St. Nicholas. Interesting. So maybe around Christmas time we might find presents laid out around the map. Well then, that's something interesting. We can have a look for that sometime in the future if we're back here in time, and who knows what else. But anyway, let's continue on with our journey as the morning is fast coming along. What we are actually doing is heading down here towards the place where our chickens are being kept. Now, I'm not sure of the name of the bloke or people that are actually doing this, but it was all arranged with the previous owners, and they passed on the details to the Pavliks. Is that the storks? Ah, there's storks up there. They're clacking at the honking car. It insists on honking at something. Clearly me, but that's not important right now. Yeah. Oh, here we are. Well, in fact, there are chickens right there. But yes, these people, they own this property here and that one just over there on the other side of the fence. And what they do is they just got sort of a little side gig. Let's just climb over that fence. Yeah, they have slurry and manure that they sell to the locals as and when they might want some. Just a little side business, so it's not like major sales or anything. But yeah, so yes, these are our chickens. This little chicken coop has been sat here for a while empty, and they made arrangements to hang on to the chickens for us for the previous owners, while everything was in transition, so we could actually take them back. And the reason we are going to get them now, even though we're not actually going to be sort of back here directly full time, is our good friend MrSealyP had kindly offered to come down and just sort of help out. Oh, hello, Mr. Chicken, Mrs. Chicken. To come over and just help out, keeping an eye on the old birds here, keeping them fed and just making sure they're okay, and checking on the bees as well, make sure no one runs off with their honey. But let's get these things loaded into here, and then we can carry them off down the road. Okay, so we have 20 chickens, and we want to collect... okay, we can take them 8 at a time. Perfect. Okay, we'll have a way with those. They are now in our thing. Oh, there we go, a box full of chicken bums. That's what everybody wants, isn't it? Let's spin that around so we don't have to look at that all the way back down to the farm. So we'll head out here, take a left, and run as fast as we can, carrying these lovely, delicious, friendly egg-producing chickens. There go the storks again, clacking away. Yeah, see, I thought that was possibly something to do with that little construction that's going on down there. I think they're building a house or renovating a house or something. But no, it was the storks. So MrSealyP said he's going to pop over possibly later on today or in the next couple of days and see about feeding these old chickens. Excuse me, miss, coming by with birds, cage full of. Yeah, he's going to pop by and just keep an eye on them, drop some food off for us. Yeah, so that's all very exciting. Oh, coming past, don't mind us. Yeah, so that's worked out quite well for us, because obviously we'll be going back to Brazil after sort of shortly. We're going to spend a bit of time in Poland, do a bit of a holiday run. Nothing too shush. Always honking at me. Yeah, we're gonna hang around and do some holidaying, some road tripping around, that sort of thing. Okay, let's get these loaded into here. If I can, there we go. Just needed to get a touch closer. So we're going to put all of them into our farm. 8 of 60. Okay, well they are chirping around there, clucking around there rather. They don't chirp, they're big full-size chickens. But when they have little tiny chicks, they will be chirping away. But yes, so I'm going to run back up there, grab 2 more loads of this, come back down, and I'll see you in a little bit once some time has passed and we've got everything sorted out that we need. Okay, we are here now with our last batch of chickens. Yes, lovely, lovely chickens. In you go. Excellent. 20 lovely chickens that will hopefully start producing some eggs while we are coming and going and being in Brazil and stuff. Awesome. Now, this thing, we're going to hang on to it. It came as part of the farm. I don't think we're going to need it for a while unless we decide to buy some more chickens, but we'll just plonk it down there out of the way. That'll be fine. So yeah, that's pretty much where we are. Weeds and potatoes. Maybe we'll get back in time for that, but we must remember we've got 1,000 euros sitting there in the thing, and what can we do to actually make money around here? Well, not really too much at the moment. And maybe we'll go hunting for some of those moles. We'll see if we can find a lottery ticket somewhere on the ground. Who knows? Who knows indeed. We'll have to get that skip taken away at some point too. And maybe we can look into salvaging that thing as well. Who knows? Who in the world knows? But on that note, I think we are going to call it here. I'm going to pop back, get in the old van, do some vacation-y, holiday type things, head out and tour around Poland, and just to have ourselves a nice vacation while we are here before we go back to Brazil. But that's nothing to nothing that needs to be have a video made of it, really. Well, besides this one that we're doing right now. Oops, got to start the engine to close the thing. But there we go. So yes, on that epic note, I am going to head out. I do hope you've enjoyed whatever this was. And if you have enjoyed whatever this was, do please give us a like and hit the old subscribe button there too if you haven't already. Comments are always welcomed. And if you would like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And with that, I shall bid you all farewell. Cheerio, everyone.